Hello everyone, welcome back. Now, normally with World Coin Hunts, we come across many coins with various languages on them. So, for example, got Hebrew, what's that one? A little bit of Arabic and Cyrillic, as well as obviously Western Latin words. So we recognize those. Some of them we don't, we can't pronounce the words. We don't know what the words mean, but we recognize the characters. So this quick video is just a quick one, really, to introduce you, if you've not come across them before, the Japanese 5 yen. And what I'm going to do is go through the characters that you'll find on those coins, and hopefully you'll know what you're looking at next time you come across one. So keep watching and we'll see what we can find out. From my coin hunts so far, I've found that a fair few of these do crop up. And to me, they look the same, what they did originally at least. I didn't understand the writing on them, so over the last month or so, I've studied various coins and languages behind them for a better idea, see what's going on, really. There's nothing worse than trying to record a video for people and not having a clue about what's in your hand. And trust me, I can't speak it or write it, but I can now at least recognize it. Okay, so the 5 yen. It's a simple little coin that appears in many a mixed bag of foreign coins when you buy them by the boatload, which is why I've got so many. Well, that's about a third of what I've actually got, but in the last 2 or 3 years of getting foreign coins, yeah, they tend to build up after a while. But the 5 yen we see nowadays, that's actually got a hole in, as you can see, whereas the previous versions from before 1949 were solid. Now, the reverse and the obverse are recorded differently on both Numista and the Japanese coin wiki pages, but I'll use the wiki pages anyway, as they actually reference their sources from the Japanese mints and various other sources themselves. So a quick description of what these coins actually have on them. The obverse, so in this case, this is being treated as the obverse. This is like a large bending stalk of rice, and that represents the agriculture. You've got water at the bottom, that's representing the fisheries, and around the middle, if you see, it looks like there's a cog. Well, that's for industry. And the writing at the bottom is 5 yen written in kanji. On the reverse, what you've then got, you've got the hole flanked by what is referred to as seed leaf. So what these things look like, little flies or little insects, actually seeds, seed leaves. And the issuing authority at the top, so those 3 characters across the top itself, and then you've got the date across the bottom. Now, the issuing authority on Japanese coins since the mid 1940s now is known as, or called, Nippon Koku, or in Western talk, State of Japan. If you came across this coin today, you'd probably look at it and go, that looks Japanese, but I can't be sure, unless you know Japanese, and you are sure, obviously. There's so many scripts, characters, all around the sort of the Asian area, the far Asian area, that you can get sort of mixed up. Korean's rather square looking, Chinese is more rounded, and Japanese, to me at least, it always looks a mix of the two. So there's rounded and squared looking characters, but the Japanese do use, as I mentioned before, kanji, which is a form of iconography for the writing for their words, shall we say. So if you came across these now, yeah, you might not have much of a clue about where they're from, their face value, other than it appears to be a simple design, which it is. But it gets the necessary information over to the holder without the need for highly decorative details, really. So the text, as I mentioned, on the reverse, you've got the issuing body. Turn it around. There we go. Across the top. This can be found on all modern Japanese coins, and you'll soon be able to recognize it straight away. The characters used to denote the year of issue don't represent a Western date, so that's something you've got to bear in mind. But it's actually the year of rule by the emperor of the time. So before 1948, the characters were read from right to left, but since 1948, they've read from the left. So you've got left and it reads round this way, whereas pre 1948 you worked the other way round. So the characters were all reversed basically. Western numbers are used on more recently issued high value coins, like the 50 and 100 yen. But then there's also the 1 yen, and that was being used as a numeral, shall we say, since 1955. Okay, there's 6 characters on this example at the bottom, but you can potentially have just the 5. So looking at the right hand side, if I just move over here, you can see the one I've circled, that denotes the word for year. So this is another aspect you'll always find on their coins. So when they give you a year, they actually tell you it's a year. The first 2 characters, in this case, Showa, meaning peace. This can be found on coins issued during the reign of Emperor Hirohito from 1926 until his death in January. Well, get in focus. January 1989, at which point the new emperor, Akihito, who was Hirohito's son, had his period, as it were, added to coins, and that was called Heisei. So the characters themselves change, but the numerics, as it were, restart from the very beginning. Okay, sorry about that history lesson over. You can tell I've got into the research quite a bit recently. So back to business, the coin. The coin itself, terrible focusing issues today. Coin itself is made of brass and is 22 mil in diameter, 1.5 mil thick, and weighs in at 3.75 grams. So it's a small currency, it's a small value, it is a small coin, so it's going to be fairly light. So the obverse has 2 words. You've got 5 and yen. So again, the numbers will come to you after a while, as will the character for the word yen. You will recognize it the more you get involved with these coins. The dating system, as I mentioned, relates to the year of reign. So this coin has the 2 characters denoting Showa just there, and you've got 3 characters before the word year. So until you can remember the numeral characters, you might want to keep a ready reckoner handy. So if I just pop an image up in the top right there, The numbers are a mix of single digits until you have the plus sign or the cross character, which denotes a multiple of 10. So as the coin I've got here, it's a 4, a cross, which makes it 40. And the third character, in focus, thank you, is the additional year. So that's a 9. So you've got 4, 10, and 9 makes 49. So the date therefore reads, this is really struggling, thank you, keep my hands still, might help. So that is Showa 49 year, which to us Westerners is 1974. So the cross on its own can simply just denote the 10th year. So you'd have Showa, cross, and then the word or character for year. You can have a mishmash, but as soon as you see that cross in there, you know that the character before it generally needs to be a multiple. So the confusing thing that only happens once for each emperor is the first year of issue. It's not a 1, which if you saw on the pop-up just now, it's a single line. It's not a single line, it's not a number 1, but it looks like a pi sign with a horizontal line above it. So if I just pop that up next to this one, you can see that as well. Well, hopefully you found this interesting and maybe helpful for the future should you come across any Japanese coins, not necessarily just 5 yen. If you like the video, please consider a like and subscribe, as it helps the channel grow and get others to drop by and help boost the numbers. But as always, thanks for staying to the end. Cheers all.